welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight we're making banana oatmeal snack bars. These are kind of like the granola bars you buy in the store, but you make them yourself so you know what's in them. And it always tastes better when you do it yourself, doesn't it? Not to worry about the recipe, it's in the description box below, so just enjoy the video, watch what I'm doing and see how it's done. And first thing we do is wash our hands. I've done that. And I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've also prepped a 9 by 13 inch pan by greasing it, getting it ready for the bars to go into. So let's get started. In the bowl, I've got 4 overripe bananas. Now, if you're anything like me, you've always got overripe bananas to get rid of before the fruit flies take over. This is a great recipe for that, and you use up your bananas and you get great nutrition. So 4 bananas in there, and all you do is use a potato masher or a fork and just smush them down until little pieces are there in there. So there you go. It doesn't have to be entirely smooth. A little chunk of banana here and there is not a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to show you just how quick and easy this is to whip up. These keep well in the fridge for a couple of days. They don't keep well on the counter at all, but they do freeze really well. So if you think you've had too many of them, freeze them and then just thaw them in the microwave as needed. Great way to preserve them and get the full use out of them. Okay, that's all smushed down. So now what we do is add 1/2 cup of brown sugar, packed. In the description box below, I will have the recipe not only in cup measurements but also in grams. I have been requested, if I can do it, to put it in grams as well for other people that don't use cup measures. So I'm pleased to do that when I can. So 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. And then we add the same amount, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Now this can be any type of oil you choose. I am using sunflower. I just happen to have that on hand. Okay, so there we go. 1/2 cup of oil. Now this looks rather soupy, but we're going to be adding stuff that makes it a little more solid, so that's to come. Now, once you've mixed that together, the next step is to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Just kicks up the flavor a notch. There we go. Okay, 2 teaspoons. Put that aside. And then in goes 2 eggs. There we go. There's 1 and 2. Okay. Get them all smushed together. All right. Now I'm just using a silicone spatula because I find it easier. It moves the contents of the bowl around quite fine. Next in is 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm doing it over the cutting board here so I don't get over amount of salt in the actual recipe. And there we go, 1 teaspoon. And to that I also add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I buy my baking soda in bulk, so that's why it's in this kind of a container. And always flatten the top with the back of a knife. My grandmother taught me that trick way back. Okay, there we go. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're moving right along here. Okay, mix those in while it's still kind of wet, and they'll move freely throughout the mixture. Alright, next up, and the last ingredients are 1 cup of all-purpose flour. That's going to start adding some heft to it. Like so. What's really going to help soak up some of this liquid is the next and final ingredient, which is 2 cups of oats. It's starting to thicken already. 2 cups of oats in here, and just continue to mix it with your spatula. Very quick to put together, as you can see. There we go. Yeah, starting to thicken. The oats, of course, will absorb a lot of that moisture and firm this up as it bakes. And I always like to use glass bowls because you can see down the sides if you've not got some of the ingredients off the bottom or the sides. You can see it all. And there we go. It's well mixed together. And that is the recipe for the bars. However, I think I'm going to kick it up a notch. And I'm going to add some chocolate chips. Just because I love playing with recipes, just to see what will work, what won't, etc. This is the recipe in the description box. Chocolate chips, up to you entirely. But I think it would be a nice mix of flavors. Chocolate chip, banana, oatmeal. Yeah, I think so. So we're going to add some in. I'm going to say that's about half a cup in there. Let's just mix them through. Okay. Now, bring out the pan that I prepared and greased. It's a 9 by 13. This is oven ready, so not to worry. If you have a metal one, then do so, that's fine. And we just put it into the pan. Like so. Now, wasn't that quick and easy? That took no time at all to make. Very simple ingredients. And I like that it's got brown sugar in it, not white. Just gives it a better flavor, I think, than white sugar does all the time. So, there we go. So now, you spread it over the pan. Make sure you get it in the corners so it'll set up properly. And you're going to put this in your 350 degree oven for 22 minutes or so. As I always say, keep an eye on your oven as it's cooking, because ovens cook differently. So keep an eye on the timing, and what you're looking for is for it to get lightly brown on the edges and not be jiggly in the middle, so like it looks cooked and it feels cooked when you press on it. There you go. Alright, so there we go. That's as quick as it goes. All in one bowl, easy cleanup. And I'll be right back as soon as it's out of the oven and ready for the next step. Okay, and they're out of the oven. This took my oven 18 minutes instead of 22. That's what I'm saying. Watch your oven. You'll know when it's done. I tested it with a toothpick in the center. It comes out clean and it is done. Okay, the edges are lightly browned. Don't know if you can see this too well. Let's see, like that. Okay, now this pan is going to yield me 16 bars, 8 across this way, and then cut it in half, and that's 16. Now to finish it off, this is optional, but I'll include it in the recipe below. Half a cup of white chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. This is smooth peanut butter, just Kraft Smooth. And what you do is you microwave that on 50% power in 30-second intervals until you can mix it together smoothly. So let's just do that and finish it off right. So 30 seconds, power level 50, go. And it's suggested you could put the chocolate in a ziploc bag and cut the corner and all that. I've had those things explode on me before. So I'm just going to take it with the spoon and just drizzle it by hand. Just as easy. There we go, 9, 8. This literally takes seconds here. There we go, there's the first 30. Now it's still pretty solid. So in you go again. 30 seconds, power level 50%, go. I like this idea for a snack bar because it is homemade, and homemade is usually better. Because, let's face it, the more they do for you out there, the more expensive it gets. And you don't know what they're putting in there. Some of those things on the label are hard to pronounce. This was easy. Flour, brown sugar, bananas, you know, simple stuff. Here we go. This is the second one. Second go at this thing. Oh. There we go. Starting. It's starting to melt. There we go. Alright. 3. 30 seconds. Power level 50. Go. This, of course, as I said, is optional. And one other quick kitchen tip that I like to pass on if I can. While you're waiting for these to bake, do up your dishes. Then at the end, you have something yummy to eat and no clutter in the sink. So I try and do that when I do baking, just to keep it ahead of things. So I'm not creating more mess than I need to. There we go. Now we're getting there. We're looking to mix the chocolate and the peanut butter together. I can still see the shape of some of those chocolate chips, so I'm going to one more go with the microwave just to get it to smooth out a little more. Bear with me, folks. No time at all for you. 30 seconds, power level 50. Go. All right. And then I'm just going to drizzle it across here. And then we'll cut these and I'll serve one so you can see it, the texture, etc. They smell delicious and they look delicious too. Come on. 3, 2, come on. You know you live in a busy world when even the microwave isn't fast enough. Alright. Oh yeah, now we got it. Now we got it. Okay. So, as I said, I am just going to do this off the spoon. It's not going to be as elegant maybe, but there we go. Come on. Fingies. As I said, they fall apart when they're fresh out of the oven. Best to let these cool before you cut them. Okay. Here we go. There we go. They are very light and fluffy, but very moist. Just a second and I'll taste test it for you. Ah. Mmm. These are really good. Peanut butter, chocolate chips, banana, oatmeal. What's not to love? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you decide to give these a try, let me know in the comment section how yours turned out and whether you used the chocolate chip or not. Or did you do something else? Remember I said play with recipes. Discover something new. That's how recipes got created in the first place. Thanks very much for watching. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.